Hi everybody, this is Ellen. This tutorial I'm simply just going to update how to make this again. Or make my kaleidoscope bracelet again. I will be the absolute first to admit that my earlier tutorials had sound issues. I didn't explain as well as I could have. I'll be honest, I didn't think that many people would be watching them, so and I had never really made videos before, so it was all kind of a new experience, and I definitely could have had some improvement in those. And I'm just going to redo this tutorial so that it's a little easier to explain or understand, and just so maybe you can hear me a little better. That would help too, I'm sure. So we're just going to make the kaleidoscope bracelet, and I'll show you how to extend it as well, like I usually do. This one I'm just doing on the original, I guess 2 looms is what you would need for it. The setup is just like if you had one regular loom and then you added 2 more pin bars like that. So you can make this on any loom. Well, not any loom, but the ones that'll connect side by side. So we'll get started here. And first we're just going to lay the perimeter bands, which on this bracelet is the black bands. And we're just going to start in the center, go out to the right 2, up 2, and then back towards the middle 2. Like that. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Like that. Then we'll just go and repeat that 2 more times up the loom, the same pattern. 2 to the right, 2 up, 2 back towards the middle, and then we'll come back to the point, 2 to the left, 2 up, and 2 back towards the middle. Alright, then one more time. And I should say too that this bracelet, 3 of them, 3 of the kaleidoscopes, it won't go all the way around your wrist unless you have a small wrist. It takes 5 of them to go around my wrist, which is 6.5 inches. Like that. So this bracelet is actually 6 because I just did 2 full loom links when I first started. But it is much too big, so if I eliminated one of these, which I just can't bring myself to take it apart because it was one of the first ones, it would be perfect for my wrist then. But as this way, it's just a little loose, kind of hangs. I kind of like that too though. So you probably will not need 2 loom lengths long, but you may need another kaleidoscope or so, and I'll show you how to do that. But now we have our 3 hexagons on our loom. Let me go ahead and put an end cap here. Just double, and then come back to the beginning, and we're going to lay some bands from the corners. And on this bracelet, it is the purple bands. So they're coming in from the corners. It doesn't matter where you start laying them from the corners, because they're what I call surface bands, so they don't matter directionally like the perimeter bands do. Like that. So 1 from every corner coming in, and you can repeat that in the other hexagons. time. Like that. So now there are the corner bands and all the hexagons. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lay the starburst in the middle. So from the middle pin, you're going to come out to the 6 pins around. Although in later tutorials I changed my banding a little bit, I liked it a little bit better, but this was the original way, so that's what we're going to do. So come out from the middle pin and go out. Like that. Then you want an end cap. Double wrapped is fine. Then you'll do the same thing in the other ones. So just make a starburst. Doesn't matter where you start. Like that. And then your end cap in the center. And then the last hexagon. So there's the last starburst, and then an end cap again. That. And now we're going to come back to the first one. And this is the part that I think was confusing for a lot of people. We're going to make what I call a star pattern in here. It's a 6-pointed star basically. But from the middle pin that's between the 2 corners, we're going to bring a band out to the middle right here. So from this middle pin, you bring a band out that way, and a band out this way. Then you do that from every middle pin here. You just do that all the way around. Doesn't matter where you start doing them. Like that. So now you can see that 6-pointed star in here. And then we'll do the same pattern into the next one. So starting on these middle pins, just bring a band out towards the center. So there's that star pattern again. And we'll do it one more time in this last hexagon. Alright, there's the last star. Now we'll come back to the beginning, and now we're going to place end caps on these 6 pins around the center. They aren't completely necessary for the looming. You'd still be able to loom the kaleidoscope without it. But one of the reasons why I like the kaleidoscope so much is because of all the color that you can fit into here. In this bracelet, the pink would be like my burgundy star pattern. The purple is the black. The blue is my gray center. And then the green in here is the end caps that I put on. So I mean, it just allows you to have a lot of color in here. Now I know this one isn't as colorful as some of the other things that I usually make, but I just kind of wanted to see what this would look like in kind of muted colors. And I think it'll still be really pretty, but that's why the kaleidoscope came to mind, because it reminded me of the kids' toys, and you look through it and it turns and you have all the different colors. So, but that's why I do the end caps. So these 6 pins around the center are where your end caps will go. Just wrap twice. You're going to do that in every hexagon kaleidoscope. So there's our 6. And you go on to the next one and do the same thing. Like that. And then the last one. That. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we can loom this out. So we'll turn our loom around like this. And we actually loom out of the end caps first, around the center. So just pick any one of them, and whatever band is on top in that end cap, just pull that one back towards itself. And then go in and grab the bottom one and pull that back. And you'll do that in every end cap. Just grab whatever one is on top, pull it back towards itself, and do the same thing for the other one. And that's all the way around. Just hang on to your end caps, because sometimes they like to slip away. So it's like this. Now we will loom out the center starburst. So you stick your hook in through the center, grab whatever band is on top, and just pull it back towards itself. And you'll do that all the way around the center. Like that. And then we'll come and do our corner bands next. So go in through the end cap, grab that band, and then pull it back towards itself. And make sure you get through both sides of the starburst before you grab this corner band. Like that. So that's the entire kaleidoscope loomed out, and then we repeat that in the next ones. So in through the end caps, around the center, grab the top bands, pull them back towards themselves, and then just grab the other band and pull that one back too. Like that. Then we do that center starburst. In through your end cap, grab the top band and pull it back towards itself. Like that. And now the corner bands again. So go in through the end cap. Make sure you get through both of the sides of this band, because that's what traps the starburst closed. Like that. And then the last one on here. So we go and do our star first. Like that. Now that center starburst. Like that. And then finally the corner pieces. Like that. So now we have all these center looming done. So now we'll come back here to the beginning and we're going to loom up the perimeter bands. So you go in through here, you should have the corner band and then an end cap. So you go through those, and then the first top band for the outside, you'll grab that and just loom it out towards itself, and just take that all the way up to the point up here. Like that, and then you come back to down here and loom up this side. Like that. And we'll do the same thing around the next kaleidoscope. Then come back and do the other side. Like that. And the same thing on the last one. And come back and do the other side. Like that. So now everything is loomed, and we can take this off. If you plan to extend it, just stick your hook through it or something to hold its place until we can put it on the other bracelet. So, just going to put a hook in here and pull this off. The end caps kind of stick a little bit, so, and your loom's not secure, it might fall apart. So here's what it looks like. Looks very pretty, I think. You can see the end caps in there. Gives a little kind of pop of white underneath in the center. Looks good. Now, for extending it, I know that I only need to have 5 kaleidoscopes. So what I did was, you can fit 3 on one loom length. So what I did was, I want to be able to attach the bracelet on the end here because it's just easier, so I'm not trying to fight with pins in the middle. So all I did was, draw up a kaleidoscope, and then at the point where I would start my second one, that's where I started laying my bands. So that way I'd have enough for the bracelet. If you're not sure how many you need, I mean, it's always easier to just put them on and then take some off than to have to keep reconnecting it to make it longer. But 4 would probably fit a child's wrist, but maybe 5 for an adult, I guess, would probably be the way to think about it. So what we do is I laid all my bands just like before for these 2 kaleidoscopes. So now I'm going to turn my loom around, and instead of the end cap here, I'm going to put this bracelet there. Now there's only one thing that we want to change so that the bracelet is continuous when you're going around, and that is making sure that this corner band, my black band here, is in between here when we close. So what you can do to make that happen is you can kind of lift up this band on here. Just going to pull it over the side for a second. Take the first outside perimeter bands. Try not to lose them here. The first side perimeter bands, and just stretch them over, and then just kind of leave your hook right here for a second. Put this band back over. So now you'll loom out your first kaleidoscope, and then you'll place these bands back over. So I'll go ahead and do that. So we'll just go in through the star first, loom that out. Hang on to your end caps. and your bands. So like that. Then I'm going to do my middle starburst. And then the corner bands. And this one looks like it's a blue spot. So like that, and then once you have this first one loomed up, you can just put the rest of what's on your hook or however you capture this onto the pin. And then you just loom everything up like normally. So you go back and you loom out this kaleidoscope, then you loom up the perimeter, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like as I take it off the loom. Alright, so this is me pretending to take this off my loom, crack, 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 and showing it to you. I apparently had a glitch where my camera froze, so I missed being able to record taking it off. But this is what it looked like when we were all done. Turned out pretty good, I think. And then as far as my wrist, that's 5, so it fits pretty good. I think the colors actually look pretty good together on this, even though they're not bright rainbowy colors. So I hope this tutorial version is easier for everyone to follow. It definitely, like I said, I absolutely agree that there were some issues with some of my earlier tutorials. I had never made tutorials before, so it was definitely something new for me, and it was a learning curve. So I definitely appreciate all of you who have continued to watch my videos and make my designs. It's amazing to me, and I will continue to create as long as you guys continue to make. So this is my tutorial for my updated Kaleidoscope bracelet. Thanks for watching, and I'll have more for you soon.